Hey, yeah! That was back then.
It was.
The Vicky Project podcast. It's me, Josh. And I have my co-host Finn,
Hello.
Liam,
Hello.
like,
Good. I want to start off the podcast talking to you guys about a story that happened to me yesterday. So I was bringing my bike away, or my two bikes, because I had to get them fixed. And on my way back, I was just walking home. Obviously, no bike, so I had to sadly walk home for 20 minutes. And I have I have this big sweater that you guys know of. It's from Boohoo. It's just got like the concert kind of design on the back. You know, there's like traditional concert designs with like all the like people on the back.
oh yeah.
But Boohoo, they have a line called Man, so like official Man. So in a lot of the stuff it just says Man on it. So for this concert design, all it said was Man. And I was walking home, and this guy cycles past me. I'm waiting at the traffic light to cross, and he's like cycling past me, and he like slows down, and he's basically going slower than walking on the bike, and he's like staring at me, and like it's like I killed someone. He's just like staring into my soul, and I thought it was because I was wearing like green sunglasses, and he's like never seen somebody with green sunglasses before. But then he stops, and he's like, "Oh my god, is is that the band Man?" And I was just like, "Oh," I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Wait, what?" And then he was like, "I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. It's the only ever person I know now that knows of this band Man." And I'm just there like, yeah, 'cause just out of complete like instinct, I was just like, I just said yeah because I didn't want to be like no, because he looked so happy, and he was like, "Oh my god, yeah, oh my god, this is like the greatest day," and I was just like, what's going on? And then he was like, he starts interrogating me about all these questions, like, "Oh, did you hear to their album?" Blah, blah, blah. And he's like asking about, and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe you know the band Man with," and he starts naming like four artists, and I started thinking like, "Oh, he's joking with me, like he can tell that I'm lying," and he's just like, and then he keeps saying it, and he's like, "So do you listen to them regularly? Are you listening to them right now?" And I was just like, no, no, no. My dad's more of a fan than I am. He kind of just gave me. He's like, and he's like, "Oh, so where did you buy this? I might have to buy one of these sweaters myself. They're very nice." And I was just like, yeah, I was like, I'm not too sure. My dad just got me that, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, okay." And then I thought he was gonna ask me like more questions, but then he's just like gazing at me, like I don't know, like I don't know what happened to him, but he's just gazing at me into my eyes, and he just didn't ask me anything else. So it's just like a really awkward like moment where we're just both standing there like 3 meters apart, just like staring at each other. And so,
Your entire outfit was sort of begging to be questioned though if you were wearing green sunglasses and grey weather, like.
oh no, no, it was sunny. I mean, I was trying. It was sunny. Like it wasn't even like. I mean, it wasn't like scorching, but it was still sunny. But then like we kind of just like left, and it was just like I didn't want to lie to him because like he seemed so happy, but it was just like such an odd moment. Like that's
How
like
did you answer the questions? Like,
um
what kind of questions did he ask?
he just asked me like, "Oh, I can't believe you know this band. Since when have you been listening to them?" And I was just like,
Alright.
and I was just like,
Did he ask what your favorite album was or anything like that?
he asked me if I knew about
Just like,
their new song, and I was just like, and that's when he asked me about that, I thought he was joking because he said, "I don't know any fan that's alive anymore that knows this band." So I was like, then why would they make a new song if there's no fans anymore? Doesn't make no sense.
you look like the ultimate hipster.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
The sunglasses and your hair tied up.
He used to know these holes up now, like you wouldn't believe what it.
I just
What
love
if he was
the
just
man,
saying
the
that?
band.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
rock
funny
band from Wales.
he gets home and he's just like, "Oh, you won't believe the guy I made fun of earlier. He was so starstruck. I absolutely fooled him."
I can kind of relate to it, to be honest. Do you know, when you see someone like, well, I don't know. You know, you see someone in public and they're wearing like a t-shirt, something was like something you like, and you could have like
people that wear
respect for
anime
them.
and stuff.
Maybe not anime, but
Are you wearing?
yeah, I just edited you like really.
Are you wearing a Naruto season 17 onesie? Hmm?
Public, that's for a private word. I wear it at home.
Well, you never know. Anyway,
what an interesting interaction.
Liam, I know you have some interesting questions you've been talking to us about that you
Yeah.
wanted to ask us.
So I took up a couple questions from my random question generator. First one is, what is something that you can't understand the popularity of?
Oh God.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh damn.
Josh, I was thinking you were going to say football. Well, actually,
That's true. Like, I do understand the appeal of the sport, but I don't understand the extent of the fucking.
Nah, that's weird to say. Like, you could explain it better.
Well, I was actually talking to someone today about this. I was saying, people who like football are normally very nice people out there. Normally they're completely fine, but as soon as someone mentions football, it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sort of thing, like a brain, or like a switch that flicks in the brain, and become horrible. They're just so like derogative, and it's just like if you insult any little aspect of the team or make any sort of little leer, it's as if you've insulted their parents or their
entire being.
Because they base their identity on this one thing. And I think they feel if that thing is being insulted, it's insulting them as well. So I don't understand the appeal of that. I don't understand the appeal of Ugg boots. I think Ugg boots are fucking stupid as well.
Lily was wearing Uggs yesterday. I'll see it out in this podcast.
I'm sure. I'm sure you're very comfortable.
Yeah, they look like it. What don't you like about them?
I just think they make it look like an Eskimo. I don't think they're suited to the Arctic climate. Like, I don't know anyone here that's going to be going out catching fucking seals and all this shit like the freezing cold.
Yeah. Like associate it with like Starbucks. Do you know what I mean?
True.
I can see people go to the Starbucks wearing Uggs.
That's not.
For me personally, it's like a skin tight or like a small gray tracksuits. I don't like. There's so many people that have them. Even about us like talking last week about the geezers that wear them. Even people that aren't geezers, that would wear like loads like kind of like it's just like ugly gray clothes. Like I feel like gray only works with some like certain like types of clothes. But it's just and it's so popular. So many people wear it, and it's not even like it's like cheap or anything. Like a lot of gray like kind of tracksuits are expensive, and they don't even look nice. Personally,
There's
I
also
don't understand. Sorry, go ahead.
Like they all wear the North Face grey tracksuit.
yeah, it just looks so
ugly. I seen a group of them one time, and like 3 of them were wearing the same thing, the exact same
uniform. Like they all wear the exact same.
It just looks so ugly.
I don't understand the appeal of Heineken either. I absolutely hate Heineken.
It's so bad.
Really?
No, but for me, Carlsberg is
I
worse.
thought it's alright.
I think Carlsberg.
I prefer Carlsberg.
Carlsberg is probably one of the better ones. Probably my favourite.
I should know my favourite beer, to be honest with you now. I don't understand the appeal of red wine.
Red wine is kind of sophisticated, I guess.
So it's just like a really drunk.
Like
it's drunk.
No, I mean it's like a different kind of drunk, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I think you're more aggressive or something.
Why would anybody want to drink red wine? And it's
Ooh,
red wine.
I don't know.
I
Red
Do you know anyone?
wine. What?
Do you know anyone who drinks red wine?
yeah, my parents. Well, no, they drink white wine more than red wine, but like I could see them drinking red wine.
Yeah, my dad was at the other time, and I don't know. He like becomes a different person. He thinks so sophisticated. And he's like, "Why wouldn't be impartial now to a nice glass of red, a nice Cabernet?"
I have another one about your like
My dad.
what you hate that's like very popular. For me, I think it's Magaluf or someone Malia. What are those like two like top two
Yeah,
destinations? Those ones because like you see all the videos and it's like oh it looks so great, but at the same time like I understand it's like there's a lot of like people kind of your age if like we went there, but it's so expensive. It's not even like that nice. That like as in like the clubs and shit. Like I'm sure there's a lot of them, but it doesn't actually look that nice. And I heard a lot of stories because I was listening to the fellas podcast from Cal Freezy and the Burnt Ship, and
yeah.
they were talking about they're talking about their trip to I think it was Malia, and they even admitted it. They were like, yeah, when we went, we thought it was like it was so good, it was the shit. But they said like looking back at it, they never understood why they went because one, there's all the like English people like there's like skinhead, no t-shirt, like there's those English people. Then it's also it's dirty. There's piss everywhere on the floor. It's like none of the nightclubs are actually like good. It's just because there's a lot of people, but like none of them are actually good, and like it's pretty shit. Like most of the like actual places, unless you have a lot of money, like it's pretty shit, which I never understood.
Have,
Which is
have either of you been to France?
yes,
No.
I didn't like it when I went.
I don't understand any people in France.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The food is kind of crap. The people are mean. It's
I
always mean.
My mom makes French people. Well, that's a bit harsh, but she's
Yeah,
like
most people, so
dislike
I don't always
them.
against French people.
I remember I went to France twice. I went once for my birthday. No, I went twice for my birthday. Once I went to go Disneyland. It was like the worst birthday ever. I hated Disneyland.
Oh my god.
I don't understand people that like Disneyland. It's so bad. There was one good ride in the entire thing, and it was Space Mountain. That was the only
Jeez.
good ride. Um, and then
I went and then I did the Space Mountain thing, and then I was so hyped for it, and I did it, and I got nightmares that night. It was so scary. Even though it was just the ride, like I don't know, I was just spooked out, and I wouldn't do any more ride the rest of the holiday because it was so scary.
yeah, no, but
I thought you would have been like creaming your pants.
no, I thought I was gonna, and I went, and it was horrible. And it's not even like I was like 15 or 16, so I'd be like, I don't, I'm kind of like out of the phase of wanting to go. I was like 11 when I went, like the prime time to go, and then it was just terrible. Even my dad, like, I told my dad, I was like, that was terrible. My dad was like, yeah, it was terrible.
Did anyone in your family like it?
I don't think so. Colin hated it because he couldn't go on like any of the rides.
Oh
The
Jesus.
one thing,
It's an absolute nightmare.
the one thing Colin wanted to go onto was Space Mountain, and he was like 10 centimeters too short. And you know the thing you do like when you're little and you go on your like tippy toes in your shoes so it doesn't look like you're actually going up. And so he's doing that, and then he's like something like 4 or 5 centimeters short, and he couldn't go. And like and my dad was like trying to like persuade the guy, being like he's gonna be with his dad, like I'll hold him the entire way, like so nothing happens. And then the guy was like, yeah, I can't do that. So he hated that. So he went to like some Buzz Lightyear one with my mom, and my mom actually enjoyed that. But then Colin was just like dead inside.
You should have won your mom's high heels. Then he could have.
Yeah. But then
Yeah, you should have done the thing. You know where you like stack two kids on top of each other.
Oh yeah, like little rascals. Yeah, like a bright trench coat and top was on the bottom, and then Colin on the top.
yeah, no, the other day the other time I went to France was we were I think I can't remember how old I was. I don't know if it was a road trip or it was the time we went through France to go to move to Ireland. Um, but we went to France once, and my parents were like, "Oh, we'll go up the Eiffel Tower once with you, Finn, so that you've been there once." And this entire time I'm going there, and like there's so many people out on the day, and I was like, "Oh damn!" Like there's so many people out on this day. I'll say like the Eiffel Tower will be packed, but we'll still go up. And then we get to the Eiffel Tower, and then it's closed because my birthday is the French like Independence Day or something like that. So everything is like closed, and I'm just like, oh, for God's sake! Like it was pretty nice, but like the actual like Eiffel Tower, but I was just like, oh,
That's fucking
the one thing I
ass.
wanted to see in France, and I can't even go up the thing. Uh,
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
love it. Like, I probably would go there, but no, not on the top of the list, you know?
Yeah, and when people talk about living in the French countryside, I see no appeal in that whatsoever.
yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
the English or Irish countryside, but they don't speak the same language as you. Everything smells like cheese.
And there's vineyards. So, I
Actually,
guess you have lots of red wine.
Yeah, they're all very angry. That's why.
actually, I did have a. I was kind of interested in this though because I mentioned the Disneyland. Have you guys been on any like good, or is there any like very very memorable kind of like theme parks that you've been to?
We're going for both.
Mm,
Liam, have you been to any memorable theme parks or anything?
not really. I think when I was young, but I don't really remember it.
Uh, because
I went to. Sorry,
no, I was gonna say another theme park, but I'll let you say it first, and then I'll explain mine.
a good one that I went to was one in Spain called Tiddly World. Um, Nothing even that special about it. It was just pretty cool. Like, but then a bad one that I went to was Fantasia in that's Drogheda, isn't it?
Not
Um,
sure. Not sure.
I don't know, or Dundalk or some shit. Like, fucking crap. Like, there was one adult ride. Was there was two? I can't remember. It was either one or two adult rides. And it was just like you sat in a hoop and then went down a big ramp, up a ramp, and back into the water. Like, and people got it literally queued for like 10, 15 minutes to go. And then besides that, there was just like a kiddie play area, and I paid like, can't remember how much I paid in, but it wasn't cheap anyway. I got the fucking train up. And then like, back in the train, I didn't realize that they didn't take leap credit. I ended up having to talk to the station master to let me off free.
Oh
Like,
my god, how do you convince them?
I'm very persuasive and I want to be.
No, I was gonna say, have you guys ever been to Legoland?
Nah.
I want to go.
Legoland.
That sounds pretty good.
I've gone to Legoland like 6 times already in my life. Like I went like
6 times.
I went like every year for like 6 years, I'm pretty sure, and it was good. It was good every single time. It was like it never like went down. It was
What
always
does
so
it have?
good. It's just like I can't even remember a lot of the rides, but like the rides were all fun, and like the actual like view when you're like walking through a theme park. It's not just like the rides. They have like huge like monuments of like made out of Lego. They have like huge cities. They have like huge cities built out of Lego and stuff like that. And like say if there's a say if there's a pirate section, they'll have like a huge pirate boat made out of Lego, like in the middle of the thing.
That's actually pretty cool. I definitely would love that because I was so into Lego. Like,
I still would like it.
And then
yeah, I used to go now. That'd be so. Is that in
Still.
Denmark?
I know there's one in Germany. I don't know. There's there might be one in Denmark. I'm not too sure. I know there's one in Germany and one close to Germany. But another theme park that I went to recently was in Italy, and it was the first ever theme park I've gone to with a standing roller coaster. So like so like it was like the biggest roller coaster of the actual theme park, and I remember before I went onto that ride, I went onto this, the like the spinning circle ones where they like spin up in the air and they go like left and
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And basically we were in the south of Italy, so like it's like the Mezzogiorno, so all the trees are different there compared to in the north of Italy, so they're a lot taller in the
Okay.
bottom. So I'm getting on the we're getting me and Colin go on this ride that like swings up, and we were thinking, it'll go up like 20, 30 meters. This thing goes up like 50, 60 meters, and it goes over the trees. And like you can see like at one point, at certain points, you can see like the entire like beach, like the entire like forest, and
Oh,
like
that's pretty
and
cool.
we're spinning so fast, and it's like going up and down. So like your head, you're getting whiplash. And I looked at the start, and I like, and it says it says you can go on the ride once every hour. And I was like, nah, me and Colin will go on it again. As soon as I got off, I literally thought I felt like I was gonna throw up. And then I realized why the sign was there. Like you, like the amount of whiplash you have, you feel like you're gonna throw up. But then after that, I went on my first ever standing roller coaster, and my dad, I've never heard him like scream and shout like that, like out of joy in like years. It was like, he was like,
Joy.
you know, he was like, and it was like there was like nobody in the theme park. It was literally like maybe like five, six families in total, including ours. And and then my dad was just constantly going on the standing on the standing roller coaster, and he'd go straight at the front, and it would go like in circles, like upside down. It would go like 300 meters in the air or something, or 400 meters. Oh, no, I meant to say 200. But yeah, that was like one of the coolest things. And like the only other time I've like heard him like shout that much out of joy was when we went to, it was a water park with the tallest water slide in Europe. And
Oh, I've seen that. That looks so cool.
he went down the slide. I was gonna go down. I'm like a bit afraid of heights, and I saw how tall this thing is. Like I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. Like, but then I went down the second one. So there's one, it's like halfway, and then there's one that's like the entire thing. And
Yeah.
I went down the halfway one, and like the speed you pick up on it, but like the halfway one is like, it's like normally steep. But the ones my dad went down was like this. Like you could just fall down and there's no.
Yeah, like,
I can
I
just
remember
imagine
doing
your
one
dad.
like that. I remember doing one like that in Spain, where it was like this real high, and it must have been like 100, 200 feet. And like, it wasn't even a joke, it was around there, and all the water's like splashing in your face. I was like, it's like going in your eyes, so you can't even open your eyes and see what's happening. And then you just hit the pool at the bottom, and you get out, like,
You know
there's no
those
fun in it whatsoever. It's over.
you know those water slides where you're going down, and you know the way it, because the water slide is like built up in different parts. So there's like, so they have to
Oh,
build
yeah.
it so it's like nails. And you know when you're going down and like the piece of plastic is maybe a bit higher than the other part, so like hits your
Oh, yeah, it hit your ass. So you could,
yeah, it hits like your back, and it like hurts every time. And I was just imagining my dad like going down the like tallest water slide, the amount of like cuts on his back.
probably like
I
Ben's
can
off
imagine him
big.
going so fast that like his whole face just like just like that bit off gear where like he's in the fastest car and his like cheeks are like pulling back with the wind.
We went to water park in Spain, what's it called? Um, we had like driven like an hour to get there, and we'd never been to Spain before, but everyone was saying, "Oh, you have to go here. It's just fantastic." Like, and we got there, and like we were going around a couple of rides, and we were there before the Spaniards came. Because when they come, they're like, the episode of SpongeBob where all the anchovies come and swarm the crab, like that's what the Spaniards are like. And so we were like messing around, and we decided, like, my dad finally decided to go on a ride. And I think it was, might have been like a second or third slide that he went on. It was only like a little loop thing. It was only about, I don't know, 20 feet in the air. And he comes out of it, and like the pool at the bottom is at least, I'd say, 8 feet deep. However fast he fucking came out there, he just comes straight to the bottom. And like, he like, twisted it or like sprained his ankle or something, and he got up, he was like, and we had to carry him over to like medic guy, and he spent the day in there, like, so we pretty much
Like,
couldn't just go to the medic. And I remember going out, my brother was like, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad."
Beautiful. What's the story of him going so deep though is so funny, because I remember I there's like Freibad, which is like an open swimming pool near me, and it's like the most known one, I guess. Like you guys definitely should come if you ever come over. It's like probably the best one I know. And they have a diving board which is I think it's 3 or 5 meters, and it's probably 5, and you jump down.
Is it as high as what's it, South Hill in Galway?
Yeah, it's probably the same or a little bit. It's probably a little bit lower. It's probably like a
Really,
meter.
that's pretty cool. Man. That's actually sick.
And then and that's actually usually open, so like you can most likely actually jump from that. It's usually the second highest or the top one is open. They change it like every 30 minutes, and so at the actual pool, it's like a lot deeper, so that you don't hit the ground. Uh, and it's 4 meters deep, so that there's like no real chance that you'll hit the bottom. I mean, you can try, like you can probably hit it if you actually try and if you're tall enough. But I remember once Colin jumped in and he had goggles on, and you don't jump in water at speed with goggles on because they're gonna fall off. And he jumps in,
Okay.
and this is like this was like 10 minutes before they were closing the entire place, and he jumps in and his goggles fall off, and he doesn't catch them, and they sink all the way to the bottom, and it's 4 meters deep, and I'm like 15, 14, and then I decide I'm like, okay, I'll go get it, and I go swim down, and the pressure is changing in the water as I'm going down,
Mm.
and my ears like start to pop because of the pressure. So I go up at like 3 meters, and then I went down to, and then I did give it like two more tries. And I couldn't get it, and I gave it a final try, and I just like went through the pain. Like my ears popped every time I went to like 3 meters. I finally got the goggles at 4 meters, and I like had barely any like breath left, any air left. I kick up, I finally get out, and the amount of pain, I thought I was like gonna like I thought my ears were gonna burst. Like my ears were like hurting for like 2 3 days because of the pressure. So
Jesus. Just for some goggles.
yeah, just for some goggles.
Worth it, yeah.
They're probably like 50
Fucking
cents.
Colin.
They're probably like 50-cent goggles.
Thanks a lot, Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
Colin,
Alright, Finn,
Colin is
you've been getting
so yeah.
some hate on your videos. Do you want to go with that?
I was gonna say because of all the hatred I had for Colin from getting those goggles, it reminded me of the hate comments on my YouTube channel. And sometimes they get to me, and I have a couple of photos that I'll look at. Now, usually, like the hate comments, they don't affect me. I don't really care. Most of the comments I get are like theories about my movie reactions, and like any hate comments I get, I just like reply with okay, or like lol, didn't ask, or something like that. And usually, like I don't really pay attention to them, but I have a couple here, and then you guys can give me your point, your view or your reaction on the certain hate comments. So I have one, and it was on my Coraline movie reaction. And just before I say this, when I react to a movie, I can't screen record the movie, say on Netflix or something, because the screen will be black because it's a Netflix thing, so that you can't, record a movie and then send it to people for free.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a policy. So I record all my footage on my camera, and then I go download loads of the clips from the movie, put it together, sync it up with my reaction, and then upload it. So some of them have watermarks underneath thus. So some people think that I'm watching just the clips. And this guy goes, Texas Agent 13 comments. So let me get this straight. Full stop. You're not even watching the movie. You're watching clips from Fandango movie clips. Pretty pathetic. I can't remember what I replied with. I think I just told him like what the actual reason was why there's a thing. Uh, Let me see another one. Okay, on my Lord of the Rings Two Towers reaction. Now I knew this one was going to be controversial because I didn't enjoy the movie, but the reason was just because I didn't. Some people just don't like the Star Wars movies if they watch them now. It's because I grew up with Star Wars, so I like Star Wars. Some people grew up with Lord of the Rings, so they like Lord of the Rings. Just it is what it is.
I didn't grow up with either. Well, kind of Star Wars.
I remember Star Wars, to be honest.
And
Yeah.
and this guy called El Pepe comments, worst reaction ever, and the shortest, by the way. You win a dislike. Wink emoji.
Kind of flirty.
This is like the fucking
I don't know if that's a hate comment.
Yeah, that's not even a hate comment. Like, go on.
Let me see another one.
Wait, which video had like the most hate?
Probably my second Lord of the Rings reaction. It has something like
Fuck's sake.
it has something like 40 dislikes.
What did the other ones have?
Uh, the other Lord of the Rings has like 20 or something. But like most of them like don't really get dislikes except like the ones where I don't actually enjoy the movie, which is just like an actual reaction, which is why I'm reacting to the
Yeah.
movie.
Fuck you, Finn. I like the movie. I made 40 accounts. I disliked every single one.
Then on the Big Lebowski movie reaction, I have from Okie Smoky, you are a moron.
That's a good.
It's pretty good one.
Then
Moron.
You moron. Let me get this straight. You
Uh,
moron.
on my Lord of the Rings one again, I have this gotta be some next level dog shit. Open face smile emoji.
That also sounds like
From Step
flirt.
Highlights.
Why are they winking at you?
Yeah, they're all criticizing you, but they're like,
Weird that.
this is crap. This is rubbish.
Okay,
Ah!
this one was on my Forrest Gump reaction, and this is where I had this is where my actual mic was like far away from me, and my camera was far away, so you couldn't actually hear my commentary. So a lot of it would just be like facial reactions, like the first 2-3 reactions, and then I changed
I
it.
remember that.
Mhm.
So it's just beginner mistakes, and this guy, Big Boss Bob Ross, comments literally no commentary, full stop. Just your face while watching it, full stop. How can you enable ads on this and think that this doesn't violate copyright? Lol. Fair use is only fair use when it's transformative, my dude. I'd review your video, but then I'd just be reviewing Forrest Gump because that's just what 90% of it is. Laughing my ass off. And I was
That's actually good criticism.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
He thought that out.
But then he doesn't know what he's talking about because he said I violated copyright and something about fair use. And I go, I understand that. If you watch my latest video, I try to improve my reaction. Also, I do not monetize my videos or make any money off YouTube.
Money.
And then and then Susan Majora replied with, "Lol,
Susan.
there were no ads on this movie, and music reactions are almost all demonetized. Even if it weren't, the dude is getting like 200 views right now. You mad that he made all of 0.17 cents, my dude? Clap
God.
emoji, clap on the face emoji. Susan striking back, defending me.
He's a real homie.
I don't know anyone under the age of like 30 that's called Susan. So like, how is she
Yeah,
finding
you're such
these
a
videos?
weird audience. Like, what the who the fuck are watching your videos?
And they're having like fights in the comments.
Yeah, like you fight with them. You just fight among each other. Like,
But I have 194 subscribers, so I'm nearly at 200. I'm 6 off.
do you have any insider knowledge on what the 200 sub special is going to be?
I don't really. We might have to talk about it in the behind the scenes of the podcast, though, or maybe if you guys have any ideas.
The behind the scenes. You get a look inside of Finn Buckley's mind. His
In the
great
mind.
mind.
It'll be like the How to Be Bazinga YouTube originals. How to Be Finn Buckley.
Christ.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Sounds terrible. What is it?
It's terrible.
It's about him completing the London Marathon, basically. It's like a story about his past and how like his dad left. He was like he drank like loads of alcohol.
Bazinga?
And like how he wanted to like he nearly killed himself at one point. and shit like that.
Bazinga was alcoholic.
And it's called
Yeah,
How to Be Bazinga.
yeah.
Step by step.
Drink alcohol. Oh my god.
Okay.
That's so strange.
Speaking of all the hate on my movie reactions, do you guys have any favorite movies? I'll ask if you can name me three movies that you would think are in your top 10 of all time.
Two dogs. I like that one.
Oh,
Wait, what was it?
I remember that.
Sorry.
You know, with Jeff Goldblum, and it's like the cat versus the dogs. The dogs like the spies, and then the
Jeff
cat's like,
Goldblum's in it.
yeah.
Is he a dog?
No, he's the scientist, and then his dog
Oh,
gets into the lab.
I don't remember much of it.
And it's
I remember the cat is white. That's the big cat.
yeah, he's like the cat of the evil businessman that's like dead or something. The entire movie, he's just like a corpse.
I remember when I was young, I thought the cat from that movie and the cat in Stuart Little were like the same cat, and they like crossed movies. You know,
Like the same universe though, because they're
yeah, like the Talking Animals extended universe. I thought it was that.
let me get this straight, buddy. We just go on this case. It's just giving rise to so many fucking fanfictions now.
So cats and dogs.
So, Liam, do you have any favorite movies?
This is one from the childhood. Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay.
I love that movie so much. It makes me laugh more than it should.
Wait, who's the villain on that one?
Pizza time.
Doctor Octopus.
I prefer the one with Green Goblin.
Yeah.
It's usually a toss-up between those two for most people, and everyone knows that 3 was just dog shit. But it's kind of funny.
Pizza
Do
time.
you remember the scene? I think it says this before, and you sort of like, I don't remember. The scene where I think it's Green Goblin's like flying through the city or some shit like that, spoilers, I should at them. It's like the middle of the movie, and then he knocks over like a lamppost or something like that, and the lamppost falls on the fat guy's head. You don't remember?
I watched the movie recently, but I can't really remember that part.
I remember, like,
Is it like really graphic?
I just wasn't the fat guy's head. I remember discussing this with and then he knew, but I think it's some sort of like
Deleted scene.
what's it? Nelson Mandela effect.
It might be a deleted scene.
You think? Fat guy.
Wait, like, did it look real?
Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean, it's like square in the head.
So it's not like supposed to be in the movie.
I mean, I've seen it was supposed to be moved, like,
That's pretty funny.
They put it in.
The guys, if they were trying to like, they were trying to get that shot of him getting his head fucking taken out by the phone, and they did like 400 takes, and it's just kind of getting hit like over and over.
And slowly develop like brain damage or something.
All movies are classics.
I actually think this is a case of like the Nelson Mandela effect. I specifically remember it. That's why I liked them that much. It stood out to me. Like,
for me, one of my top movies is not Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I watched it again.
Oh yeah, that's also one of mine.
I watched it again today.
I love that movie.
It's just so good. The visuals, the music.
I think that's a perfect movie.
It's like, literally like the perfect.
It's so close to perfect.
I never like have seen like a good like kind of cartoon style movie, and that was just like levels above. I've seen like kind of like 2D cartoonish kind of things, but that's like a mix between 3D and 2D, and like all the styles, the art, the effects, like the speech bubbles. It was just beautiful. That and Infinity War are probably my favorite superhero movies.
Spider-Verse, like, crazy.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought my eyeballs were gonna like pop out when I saw it in the cinema.
Oh,
you're just getting assaulted by like so many like colors and shit.
That scene though, where Miles like jumps off the building.
Yeah, that's so good.
And the glass breaks, and then he's like floating, and the city's like upside down. What a scene!
Yeah,
what a scene.
I can't decide between that and Spider-Man 2 because Spider-Man 2 is just so.
I rarely
so pure about it. Like
I rarely watch Spider-Man 2. I rarely do.
I thought I had the funniest parts as well. Like there's a bit where he like loses all that bit, and then he like loses all his powers. So he's just doing fuck all, and he's like walking along the road, and he finds a hot dog, and it's like police guys come back, and he just takes the huge bite out of the hot dog. Like it's just so like goofy,
Yeah.
but it's a masterpiece.
It's not as goofy though as the Spider-Man 3, the black suit scenes.
Oh yeah,
Do not when he starts dancing.
yeah. Oh, legendary dance.
Oh yeah, I still can't believe they put that into the Spider-Verse. He's like, I did a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
this, a lot of that, and then yeah, that happened. And he's doing the dance. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Josh.
Also,
Oh yes.
Green Goblin. What?
Oh
Like, looks so weird. He looks like a Power Ranger.
no, well that's what the comic Green Goblin is.
Oh,
So like it's a lot big. It's a lot bigger and stuff like that. But
alright.
I think yeah, I think there's like two versions. There's obviously multiple versions of the Green Goblin, but they kind of went with more like the suit kind of thing, and that's why
Mm.
they went with the lizard in the Amazing Spider-Man. They actually went with the creature.
Oh,
Yeah. But just before I ask Josh another one of his favorite movies, Liam, what do you think of possibly seeing a Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and
oh.
what's his name? I don't know how to forget.
Wait, did you say Andrew Garfield? Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire?
yeah, Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think
that would be beautiful.
it will be beautiful. I think like the meme potential is like off the charts. You know what I mean?
Imagine a pizza time meme. Beautiful. Sorry, Josh,
So
we're having a moment right now.
sorry, Josh. What's your
I
what's the
understand.
favorite or your favorite?
I absolutely loved Shawshank Redemption. When I saw it, I thought it was fantastic. Like,
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
good.
we watched that in was it Religion? I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was one of my favorite movies of all time. I thought it was good.
I loved it. I used to look forward to religion just to be able to sit down and watch that. I could do it for like 5 or 6 classes.
Just to watch Mr.
Very long.
Fitzgerald fall asleep in class and turn
It
on.
was that one that we had in third year.
I don't know. We always changed religion teacher because he was off sleeping. So
I don't remember her name. She was very nice. And she got a lot of fucking shit from the students. Like, it's pretty bad for her. That was really nice. But yeah, I love that movie. I just thought it was a great storyline, and there was so many like I'm gonna say twists and turns. But there was a lot of it took an unexpected route as well. So,
I like this.
well, I won't say what happened obviously because
I like the
it's
scene.
spoiler. Like.
I won't spoil it, but I like the scene where the old guy from the prison when he leaves.
Yeah.
Those scenes.
Oh, that's
those
sad.
scenes.
That's
Those
so
scenes.
yeah.
sad.
Those
That's
scenes are
sad.
good. I couldn't wait to watch those scenes. Mm.
Especially the scene, you know, where he's attacked as well. So, like,
Oh, I watched that when I was like 12, and I was just so confused.
yeah, I remember my mom was like,
Like,
turn that
I
off,
remember
turn that
asking my
off.
sister, like, what's their deal? I was very confused.
So, actually, my second favorite movie.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh,
That's a tiger of a movie. It's so good.
I was gonna
I
watch
love that
that
movie.
in primary school. I was gonna watch that for a girl's birthday party, but then I couldn't go because I had football training, so I never got to watch it. So
That's really good.
still haven't watched it to this day.
Yeah, it's so much better than you think it would be.
I don't remember
I
it
think-
specifically because I was pretty young. I remember watching it and I liked it, and then McDonald's had all the toys and stuff for it as well. Like, had stuff like
I'm just looking at the cast. I didn't know George Clooney was Mr. Fox.
I was wondering
Oh.
why the Fox was that romantic.
Yeah, he's really charming.
Yeah.
A little bit sexy. Edit that out. But Willem Dafoe was also in it, the Green Goblin.
What?
He plays the rat. Yeah,
That makes it wrong.
he's a really good actor.
Willem Dafoe.
He's always
is a good
villain.
actor. Willem Dafoe's a
Say.
good actor.
What else is in?
He's in Mr. Bean's Holiday. That's such a good movie, actually. I'm saying that as my third favorite movie. I found that so good. You know, where's in France, and then he meets the girl.
Yeah, the kid.
Ooh.
Mr. Bean needs to make a comeback. Well, I don't know if a comeback will be good, but
What's one of my other favorite movies? Uh, Interstellar would be up there. Uh, I don't think it would be in the top three, but The Social Network would be
Oh, yeah, that was
social.
really good.
Josh, have you seen that?
I met, um,
Yeah, I know. You
what's
told
the
me.
face?
I still can't believe
Oh, I didn't met
so
him.
you
I didn't
saw
know
you
him. I
saw
didn't
him
meet
though.
him. But he waved at me.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg. What a guy.
Oh, yeah. Definitely
Josh,
remembers that.
Josh, have you seen that movie though?
What's it called?
The Social Network. It's about Facebook.
I do think I vaguely remember. I don't think I have though.
It has Jesse Eisenberg, Justin Timberlake, and Andrew Garfield.
I definitely haven't now.
Justin Timberlake isn't really in it, though, that much.
No, I mean he's like
Well,
you'd remember him if you saw it.
yeah.
He's definitely a memorable character.
Andrew Garfield's really good in it, actually.
Yeah, man.
Better than fucking Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, man, that ruined his career. I don't even think he was that bad. It's just like all the hate he got for it kind of ruined it. Like it overshadows his like other good movies like Hacksaw Ridge and all
Yeah.
that. But anyway, Josh, I would definitely recommend watching The Social Network. It's a great movie. I'd probably give it like a 9.6, 9.7 out of 10.
It's added to the list. Remember that.
That's thumbs up.
Should we discuss childhood games? Games from your childhood.
Yeah.
Briefly, because I think next week's episode we're going to have a full discussion of the best games.
Video games in general and games and development with a special guest. We won't say it yet, but he will be on it. He's a
Fellow gamer.
very
Gamer girl. No, it's not gamer.
no. Well, we do like everyone say like a couple at a time, so like we don't have to like completely ask each other.
Then we run through too many, I think, and then we'll spoil it for next week because next week's gonna be long.
We should do like two games each at least. Two of our favorite games of all time, or probably close.
So we do with the last round. Say one.
Yeah.
Explain why.
Yeah.
Explain blah blah.
Okay, you go, Josh.
Lego Batman the Wii was so good.
Oh my God.
Brother.
I remember waking up before school at like 6 in the morning to go down and play Wii in silence, and I'd be like, "Let me spin the remote around," and I'd be like, being like as quiet as you could, wrapping the fucking blood books and everything around. And the ending to that game as well, it was just
the church things.
Yeah, I won't say just in case anybody wants to go back and replay Lego Batman the Wii.
I'm gonna have to replay it, honestly.
Okay, Liam.
It's so good.
I just want to expand on Lego Batman because that'll probably be real hard as well. But I have a memory. I remember like I had the game, and then around that time I moved. I think I had it on the Wii. I think I moved the Wii like up into my room, but this was only for like a month or whatever. But like I was just like obsessed with Lego Batman, and then like it was like 10 o'clock at night or something, which is kind of late for me when I was that age. And I'm like, like, I'd been playing for so long, I hadn't turned on any of the lights. The room was like pitch black except for the screen and the glow on my face. And then my dad came in and he was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I was still up playing like Batman. I didn't even realize the time would go by. Because in that game, there's like, you can like go to Arkham Asylum at the Vince and you just like beat the shit out of all the Lego people. And I just been doing that for like hours. I didn't even play the actual story.
There's so many characters to play as, and you could even make your own character. Like that's
yeah. Actually, it was insane.
Beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stay on the Lego based games. Lego Star Wars on the DS.
Oh.
You lost me when you said the DS.
Oh,
yes, on the DS.
The DS.
I didn't have Lego games on the Wii, but I had them on the DS, and they were just.
I need to clarify for me which one.
There's a few.
There's a couple there.
Wait, what
So
do
I
you
need you to clarify which one in order for you to
Oh,
get the correct answer.
the Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, or whatever
Oh, I
whatever the
want
one
that
was,
one so bad.
whatever that one was, the one where it was 6 movies.
Makes me like almost sad. I get on too much trouble thinking about that game. Just
Why?
even just listen to the music because it was just so amazing.
Mm.
You know, see something so beautiful that it brings a tear to your eye. When I think about that game, when I think about the music in the lobby and
Yeah.
You know what's so great? Hopping around as Yoda in
Oh,
on Naboo, slaughtering everybody.
it's like a frog on ketamine jumping around.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, we'll give one more game each, Josh. One more childhood game.
Liam, are you gonna stick with Lego Batman as one of your games you're gonna develop?
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Okay, the two for me. Well, no, this is equal. This is equal. I'll split between two. I'll say one of them because I think I'll reserve that for next week's episode when we get into serious gaming. I will say, what's it called? Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii.
Oh, that's
That game
another
as
one.
well. It's like even the score of that game was just
It's actually
breathtaking.
beautiful. It's
Really is like.
I'd be happy to listen to that like for the rest of my life, maybe.
I listened to it a while ago, and it made me so nostalgic. Like I was just so happy listening to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember hearing that they hired like some sort of like psychological experts or something like that. I could be getting it wrong. And they designed the game to like pause at certain parts. Do you remember like sometimes you just end mission and then you just be sitting there like in the middle of the galaxy and it'd be silent
Yeah.
and you just could reflect like apparently that was to make you design the story mode so you had time to reflect and appreciate how good the game is.
Yeah.
I think that consideration alongside the score of the game, the music, because they got like professional orchestras and everything.
Yeah, they got like an orchestra.
It was
Actually,
just
saying.
mind-blowing. I watched that and I was like, I was like, oh my god! I was like, what the? It was ahead of its time, really.
It actually is. I remember the name of the composer. His name is Koji Kondo. What a genius! A real cool name as well.
Yeah, I just want to say something before Liam says his game, and I know it's gonna break both of your hearts. I wasn't blessed enough to be able to play Mario Galaxy 64 on the Wii. That's one of the tragedies.
64.
Or was it 64? I don't know.
Galaxy, you mean?
It's
Yeah,
just Galaxy. It was Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2. Was there Galaxy 3?
I only had two.
yeah.
No.
I
Team
never.
Everyone wants there to be a Galaxy 3, but they never made it.
Yeah, I
I
sadly
definitely
never got
had
to play
two.
it. I sadly never got to play it. So.
Yeah, I had two as well. I really
Not
wanted
even joking,
one,
like,
but never mind.
seriously, like, I think Lego Batman and stuff that you could go back and play that for nostalgia purposes. I actually seriously think you could go back and play Super Mario at any age.
Yeah, it's actually timeless. The gameplay
Yeah,
as well is like so good. It's like perfect 3D Mario. You know what I mean?
It was, yeah.
Liam, a second game.
This is literally one of my all-time favorite games,
What was it?
and it's so nostalgic for me. It's The Simpsons Hit and Run on the PlayStation 2.
Oh my god.
I love that game so much. I lent it to him because he had road rage, so we swapped Hit and Run and road rage for a bit,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
Hit and Run is just so good. It's like GTA, but like The Simpsons, but you're actually allowed to play it when you're like under 14 or whatever. And
They just had
so
the
good.
most
And like,
stupidest missions and stuff as well. We just trying to do it all the time. Like, it was just so fun. And you get to play it.
yeah, you get to play as Smart Man and Pooh. We got that representation in the game. It was so good. I get one of the best cars too.
Yeah, he gets such a
Yeah,
hot rod.
he actually does. And he has a whole like segment in the game you play as him. It's like the fifth like part of the game. And you also get to play as Grandpa Simpson. And then he gets pulled up into a UFO. And I think he literally like blows up or something. That's their voice somehow. It's really weird. But,
Simpsons
it's
games
such a
are
good game.
really good. Like,
And the storyline is bizarre. It's like I think it was it's like the aliens are like they make this new like type of Coca Cola, and everyone starts drinking it, and they get like, brainwashed or something. It's really weird. I don't know how that relates to driving. But yeah.
This is wrong. I don't understand it at all.
And the police come after you and all, and you're like running people over. It's so good.
Beautiful.
But yeah.
Sadly, another game I didn't play when I was young. So I was gonna say for my second game, I was gonna say, what's it, Wii Sports,
Oh,
but
Oh yeah.
but because because I obviously know both of your thoughts on it, I want to do a game that you guys most likely haven't played. I'd be very surprised if you have, and that was Phineas and Ferb Into the Second Dimension on the PS3. It is literally, I would give this game like a 9.6 out of a 10. It was like the biggest shock I've ever had. My dad, I'm pretty sure, got it for me and Colin for like €4 in like CEX or something. And I remember getting it, and we are just like, I'll play a bit of it, and I started playing it, and it was like the greatest campaign game ever. It was so good. It was like evil Dubenschmerz, evil like Perry the Platypus. It was like the game was just flawless. It was just so fun, like from start to finish, and I would give that game like a 9.6 out of 10. It was just incredible, just incredible. I would
the
definitely
way it's
play
that
it.
campaign makes me think there's like a multiplayer. It was like a COD sort of game or something.
Well, I mean, it would, you can play like co-op like with people that are there, but
Yeah.
you can't do online. Sadly, that would have been so funny. Imagine doing online Phineas and Ferb.
I don't understand what the co-op is. It's just like Phineas and Ferb activities.
It's like it's like missions basically. So like you're going into the second dimension, and in the second dimension, uh, it's like everyone is kind of like half cyborgs, and it's run by the evil Dubenschmerz, who's half a cyborg. And then it's like you're
Fuck.
you're going like you're going through like all these missions like in factories. You have to like destroy and like beat bosses and all that. It's like, yeah, it's hard to explain. You kind of have to watch a trailer, but it's like it's just such a great game.
It's a whole
Can I mention
other.
one more game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
of course.
I literally randomly thought about this. I had this Zack and Cody game on the DS, and
I remember
it
he's
was
telling me this.
so weird. It was a Zack and Cody game, and like you're going through the hotel, and the whole plot of the game is that there's ghosts in the hotel. So they're like Ghostbusters, and they have like these they have like Hoovers on their backs, and they suck up the ghosts. It's like Ghostbusters, or something. And you like switch between Zack and Cody, and then like, oh, it's so weird. I never completed it. It was actually really hard. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it's really weird. I actually
I
gonna
don't
look
know.
at the name. What was it called? Zack and Cody DS game.
Going tells every second.
That was just called Zack and Cody DS game. So,
Definitely wasn't even real. This is probably a dream or something. Yeah.
I found it. I think it's called Tipped in Trouble. Oh my god, the graphics are horrendous. Jesus, this takes me back.
uh,
Okay,
anyway, we've had a lot of great conversations, many topics in this podcast compared to our other ones where we'd have like two or three topics. This one we had, I'd say, like six topics. I think it was a
Oh,
pretty good.
bouncy.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good
Bouncy,
podcast.
bouncy.
I'm excited for next week's episode where we have a special guest, and should be a very entertaining one. This podcast will be up the same time on Monday, 5, or not 5, 9 a.m. Irish time. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. See you later.
Oh,